It's the weapon of revolutions, dictators, rebels, soldiers, cartels, and freedom fighters. A gun so simple, it reshaped nations, in the heart of a turbulent epoch where the scars of World War II still bled through the landscape. One man's determination sparked a transformation that would alter the course of history. Mikhail Kalashnikov, a soldier wounded in the chaos of battle, found himself grappling not only with physical pain. Amid the ruins of a shattered world, his wounded body became a canvas on which the future of warfare was to be painted. Determined to develop a weapon to protect Soviet soldiers, Kalashnikov embarked on a journey that would lead him to create the first prototype of what we now know as the AK-47 in 1947. His vision was clear: a simple, reliable, and cost-effective firearm that could function in the harshest conditions, from the biting cold of winter snows to the relentless heat of desert sands, from the drenching rains to the thick, clinging mud. This singular purpose was the birth of a tool that would eventually span continents and ideologies, evoking both hope and dread in equal measure. As the Cold War set in, nations and non-state actors alike discovered in the AK-47 an instrument of profound impact. Its straightforward design meant that even those with little training could wield it, and its capacity to endure in every environment made it a favorite among armies and insurgencies across the globe. The rifle was stamped with a simplicity that belied its far-reaching consequences. Within classrooms and on battlefields, in the hands of trained soldiers and desperate rebels, the AK-47 became a symbol, a dual emblem of liberation and terror. Under dusty skies in distant lands, the sight of these weapons triggered both the hope of a regime change and the chilling omen of endless conflict. In the eyes of revolutionaries, the AK-47 represented a beacon of self-empowerment. It was a tool that allowed a downtrodden populace to rise against seemingly insurmountable oppressors. In a small, dimly lit training ground, a young recruit, barely more than a boy, carried his battered AK-47 with a mixture of pride and trepidation. In his hands lay both a promise of freedom and a testimony to the complex legacy of his homeland. Across continents, civil wars raged, often fueled by the ubiquitous presence of this unassuming yet formidable firearm. In one war-torn village, where ancient olive groves now bore witness to bloodshed and broken dreams, the shadow of the AK-47 loomed large, telling a story of countless victories and heartbreaks. Meanwhile, in neon-lit back streets, where drug cartels carved their own brutal reign, the same weapon was revered as the tool of choice, a guarantee of survival in a life replete with danger and despair. Through decades of conflict and upheaval, the iconic silhouette of the AK-47 became woven into the very fabric of modern history. Governments rose and fell on the back of revolutions, where this rifle played a pivotal role, binding together lonely narratives of both triumph and tragic loss. Its low production cost ensured that the rifle was as accessible as it was threatening, transforming entire regions and fanning the flames of discord wherever it went. As night fell over a rugged borderland, an aging soldier sat under a makeshift tent, his eyes reflecting memories of battles fought and comrades lost. His grip on his AK-47 was both a source of comfort and remorse, a relic of a period that had turned his life into a mosaic of valor and grief. Yet the story of the AK-47 is not solely measured by its technical prowess or its widespread adoption. It is also a tale of the human emotions and the unforeseen burdens that its creator, Kalashnikov, would come to bear. In his later years, the weight of the legacy he had forged began to cast long shadows upon his spirit, an aged warrior haunted by memories of conflict. Kalashnikov reached out in a letter to a Russian priest, seeking solace and perhaps forgiveness in a silent interrogation of his own conscience. In the gentle lamplight of a sparse room, his letter trembled with the agony of a man caught between duty and the disquieting possibility that his invention meant solely to protect, had unleashed a torrent of sorrow and violence across the globe. In that private message, each word was heavy with remorse and the intimations of regret, marking a poignant moment of self-reflection amid the relentless march of history. This is the saga of a creation that grew far beyond the intentions of a single man, a creation that became entangled with the destinies of nations, with the dreams of rebels, and the nightmares of tyrants. The AK-47's journey traverses storied battlefields and desolate urban sprawls, from the fervor of insurgent uprisings to the silent, lingering aftermath of bloodshed. Its undeniable presence in the annals of warfare offers a stark reminder of how technology can both liberate and ensnare. Even as the modern world advances, the legacy of this unremarkable piece of metal remains an enduring echo of an era defined by extremes of valor and vice, of salvation and damnation, of hope and irreversible loss. The AK-47 didn't just change warfare, it changed humanity. But the question remains, did Kalashnikov build a weapon to protect his people, or unleash a curse he could never control?